You ready to start this content creation game? I know you are, but you are so worried about making this video perfect. You write down a really epic script, you turn on your camera, and you go to deliver that script to camera. But there's one problem, and the problem is huge, and we're going to talk about it right now. People, I want to explain to you, as you create content for the internet, your vulnerability is your superpower. That's horrible. Your vulnerability is your superpower. Your superpower. Please do not be afraid to speak on camera and make a couple of mistakes. The most cringe thing that you can do is try to make a recorded video and feel like you have to generate a script and say it and deliver it perfectly like someone who has basically created 300, 400, 500 videos. That is not a skill that just comes automatic. It is something that comes from practice. And I'm going to suggest maybe if you're creating content and you're just starting out, how about you practice that on something that you don't publish? We talked about this in class. I picked a whole bunch of examples of people, and for YouTube reasons, I don't want to get myself in trouble. But I want you to watch some YouTube videos where a person is doing what I'm doing and speaking to you on camera. And I want to see if you can tell if they're speaking from the heart or if they're reading a script. And if you can tell, I want you to think to yourself, does this person reading the script right now sound like they probably are having a conversation with a friend? Or does it sound like they're trying to read a script to a friend? Now, in the example, I showed up about how when I was in radio, one of the things that the sales department would often do is hand us a liner note. It's basically a piece of paper with a little script on it that's talking about a sale. You've all heard this on the radio. If you've listened to the radio, and I know most people don't listen to the radio nowadays, but if you listen to the radio, even shows up on TV sometimes. Sometimes you're watching the news or you're watching a sports report and somebody hands somebody a piece of paper and they say, hey, there's an update I need to tell you about. And they just go ahead and they rifle it off to camera. There are the people that look at this thing and read it verbatim. And they're the ones that take a quick brief. They look back at the camera and they just tell you what they read. The second, it sticks to you. It's so much better. Because the person is, again, they didn't break the idea of a conversation where you're having a conversation with your friend. So if I'm sitting with you at a coffee and, we get our little coffees in, mine's going to be just milk, or cream, no extra sugar, whatever. I don't know what you kind of look like a latte person, maybe a cappuccino. We're going to get our coffees. We're going to sit down and we're going to be having a conversation. We're going to be talking about life, business, and the whole 9 yards. And all of a sudden, you decide you wanted to tell me something really, really valuable about, here's a brand new capture card I have sitting on my desk. If you were to sit down and go, this is a capture card you can use to connect to your iMac or iPad so that you can bring in a camera source to your iPad in order to be able to see what you have on camera onto your iPad. I would look at you like, what? I might get it from the table. I might leave. I might check to see if you've been abducted by, I was going to say subducted. I would check to see if you've been abducted by aliens. People, especially when you're just starting out, don't try to read a script verbatim. It doesn't look good. It doesn't sound good, and it's very uncomfortable for you. The best thing you can do is sit there and have a multiple minute conversation with yourself. Make sure you know the points that you want to say. Maybe put some points there so you can stick on task and put your points where you can take a look at them. Now, I oftentimes will put my points on this notebook. Sometimes I'll put the points on the teleprompter there, and then other times I'll put the points on the screen here. But if I'm going to take and read a point off the thing, I will tell you point blank, I'm looking at my notes. I would go, let me check my notes. And then I say, okay, today I want to talk to you about why your vulnerability is your superpower. Please, 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 for the love of everything lovely, stop trying to make perfect videos. Nobody cares if it's perfect. I'm coming to you for you. You are enough. We already like you. We subscribed. We already trust you. We've watched more than one video. If you're brand new and you haven't subscribed to me yet, you might be like, hey, this guy is onto something. And then you press the subscribe button. That means you now, I hope you do so, by the way, but if you do, that means you trust me. You trust me enough to watch a couple of my videos to see if we fit. If we don't, you can unsubscribe. Or I can just go into that pile of all the other 3,000 channels you subscribe to that you never watch. Either way, it's cool. Because what's important to a YouTube channel is not the number of subscribers. It's the people who connect with you. Subscribers is important, yes, I understand, but what you want to generate is community members. Most of the people in the LDL family, I've met them face to face. We are like family. We hang out together. We talk story. When I go to your town, I let them know I'm in their town. I travel a lot. They say, hey, I'm in your town. Let's link up. These are real. These are real connections. You are making connections with people, especially us Gen X creators. Our people are all looking for connections. They want to know the real you. So trying to talk about a subject matter that you don't necessarily believe is going to be really hard. Trying to talk about a subject matter where you absolutely believe it, but you don't trust yourself to say it. Nobody wants to see a video from you where you don't trust you to say what you're saying. If you don't believe what you're saying, how are we supposed to? If you don't trust you, how are we supposed to trust you? In order for someone to waste their precious time to watch your video, it takes a certain amount of trust. They're trusting you not to waste their time. So if you want to build engaging videos and you want people to watch your videos, you're going to have to talk to them as if you're talking to a friend. You've even had a conversation with a friend or a coworker and they're holding back, and that conversation in real life, face to face, no camera, no subs, no descriptions, no fast forward, no rewind, no stop. And it's just awkward because the guarding. Whenever you're having a conversation with someone who's guarding or holding back or basically delivering you notes from a piece of paper, it doesn't have that same vibe. So if I were going to talk to you about this Hagibis capture card and I just got this handed to me, I would talk to you as a friend. I would say, this card is really, really incredible. Not sponsored, by the way, it's just on my desk. You take this card, it's USB-C with the USB adapter, so either or, but you take the USB-C, you plug it directly into your iPad, and now you have an HDMI input that you could take an HDMI cable directly from your camera and feed it into your iPad and use your iPad as a monitor. Another place where this would be super clutch, and that's why I bought it, so when I travel, if I were to plug this into my iPad and bring a small little HDMI cable, I can use my iPad as a second monitor with my Mac. That is a little bit more reliable than trusting Sidecar. This is really, really cool thing. And you know what? I caught this on sale on Amazon, dude. It was like 17 bucks. Right now the sale is off, so it's 21 bucks. But it is a really incredible card. It's a Hagibis capture card. I'll send you the link. I'll text it to you. So after we're done, you can go and get one. But nobody with an iPad 11-inch or better should be walking around without one of these, because this is literally the coolest device. And in YouTube, of course, we say link in the description. But you see how I delivered that? I ain't read none of these specs. Specs ain't important. I didn't tell you what it is. Matter of fact, I can't tell you the specs because I can't read opinion. So still, it's a cool 1080 capture card that can pass through 4K and it will record 1080 and it's USB 3.0. That's all you needed to know. And I can just tell you that as a homie. I don't have to sit down and be like, today, let me talk to you about the Hagibis capture card you can use for your iPad. Son, I am not going to hit you with, hi, I'm Velvet Jones. Like, sorry, I shouldn't call you son. That's a New York thing. You know what it is. The main thing is, just be you. Nobody is looking for perfect. I have never, ever, and neither have you, I'm about to preach. I have never opened a YouTube video and went, perfect delivery Final Cut. Perfect delivery chocolate chip cookies. perfect delivery, what to do in Orlando, Florida. You have never searched that. It doesn't say it in the thumbnail, and you've never clicked off on the video because the person didn't deliver a perfect video. You have clicked off on the video when the person sat there and goes, today, let me talk to you about how to fix the transmission on your 1977 Chevrolet. I guarantee you've clicked off of those. When you could tell someone is reading and isn't genuine, I guarantee you clicked off of those. But you've never clicked off a video where a person was just being real. Because you know why? You related to them. You related to the fact that they were struggling. But the information was good and you stayed. Trust me on that. If you don't believe me, pay attention to what you watch. Soapbox is going to go away. Just be you. Be you. Your vulnerability is your superpower. Stop trying to be perfect. That's my video for today. If you like this video, if you're a Gen X content creator, you're trying to figure out how to create content and you need someone to just give you permission to give you that little push, this is the spot. Join the LGL family. Press the join button down there. If you love the video, press the subscribe button. And I don't know who needed to hear this, but if it was you, let me know down in the comments below. Questions, comments, or feedback? Comments below. Got a video you want me to make or something you want me to talk about? Comments below. If you just think I'm goofy, you're right, you goofy as a mug down below. I learned a new one today from somebody in my community. I think it was Roy. He said, oh my God, what was it? Mother Fletcher. That was oh my goodness, that was the best. That was the absolute best thing I learned today. Right now, the algorithm is going to show you another video that I think you should watch, and I agree with him. Let's go.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but I like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, man.